Okay, hello everyone again. Welcome back to another episode of Rapid Subconscious Reprogramming. Today is Wednesday, Entrepreneur Unleashed, where we talk about building a business, mindset, and of course, business side, but mostly about mindset. It's so important to understand that building a business, 80% mindset and 20% strategies. If you don't have the correct mindset, unfortunately, it's going to be very difficult to implement whatever type of strategy that you're going to try to implement out there. So today I want to talk about, I know I covered this in the past, but I want to cover it in another angle today about the imposter syndrome, right? Stop trying to hack your mind to overcome this. Why do I want to talk about this? Because this is something that I see over and over again in different people trying to build their business. And then you have marketing coaches, business coaches, or mindset coaches are telling them, fake it till you make it. Try to, picture who you want to become and try to imagine that you are that now and start acting like that. And that is a load of crap, in my opinion, because the truth is when you're starting and building your business, if you don't have the experience, the exposure, the practice, it is okay that the imposter syndrome is there. The imposter syndrome, in most cases, guys, seriously, in most cases, what I've seen, it has to do let's put it in most cases, for most people, in most cases, but yeah, in most people, it has to do with them not, in a way, really owning and understanding what they're doing, seriously. And even me, I had been coaching, and I said this many times, I'm going to say it over again because imposter syndrome kicked in. I was coaching for 10 years in Spanish to people from mostly Argentina, maybe around a little bit, offering them some talks around different countries around Latin America, but mostly Latin Americans. And I was doing it face-to-face with another company. When I went online, that I had to start doing this in English, I had to start doing with people all around the world. And over the computer, I started feeling imposter syndrome. And in my case, again, it was okay that I felt like an imposter. Why? Because I was used to working with people in Spanish. I used to work with people from Latin America, and I had a big mentor back then that it was in emergency care. It had nothing to do with mindset, but that he told me, but Tommy, I don't think that you can talk in such a general way on how the mind works with what happened to people from China, what happened to people from Russia, what happened to people from France compared to Americans or Latin Americans. So he kind of told me that he thought in his way that the mind, in a way, I couldn't apply these things to all the people around the world. And at the beginning, as I didn't do that, I hadn't had the experience of doing that to all people around the world, I started doubting myself, people. Yes, I started doubting my work. And it is okay. There's nothing wrong with that. So I started feeling like an imposter. So although I was trying to force myself to believe in myself because I had 10 years of experience, I had studied this for many years and everything, I still was feeling an imposter. So what I had to do, guys, was love and accept the part of me that felt an imposter. As I started loving and accepting the part of me that felt an imposter, and it had valid reasons to feel that way, I was able to start moving forward, because I was able to create a plan to move forward and to start leaving the imposter syndrome behind. So what a lot of people do is they start fighting with imposter syndrome, with that part of them. They try to hack themselves, again, by creating this image of who they have to become and start believing that they are there now. And that is, again, as I said, a lot of crap. So the imposter syndrome normally is just showing you that there's a part of you that is doubting itself, and it's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. I need to embrace that part of me instead of fighting it, instead of hacking it, instead of trying to force myself to change. No, it's okay. It is there for a reason. So if I'm starting my business, if I don't have the exposure of having talked with 50 people, 100 people, have worked with 10, 20 clients, the imposter syndrome, it's okay that it's there. The problem is when it gets you stuck. Don't get me wrong. One thing is that it gets you stuck and you're not doing what you need to do. That's one thing that you need to work on your mindset, of course. But the imposter syndrome, like fear, it is normal. And there have been some studies. I even saw a Harvard study many years ago where there was an actress that I remember the name Natalie Portman, I think she was, I'm not 100% sure, that she still felt sometimes when she was given a big role player, a big character in a movie, she still felt like, oh, do I deserve this? Am I good enough for this character? Am I going to be able to do this? But she was able to do it. So what I want to bring to you people this is to recognize if I'm struggling with this, recognize if the imposter syndrome is there, because if I don't recognize that, it might take me into overwhelm. It can take me into procrastination. It can take me to high levels of stress, high levels of anxiety. So I need to start accepting if it's there, learning why it's there. Is the imposter syndrome keeping me stuck? Is it true, right? If it's there, because again, in my case, it was true to be there. I was doing something different. It was not so much different, the tools that I use and everything, but to my mind, because, again, I was working with people all around the world. I was scared that these tools might not work with people from, I don't know, and not, from the United States or from Africa or from Australia or from New Zealand or from Sri Lanka or from India. I didn't know if this was going to work because I had never tried it with a vast amount of people to confirm that this work. It doesn't matter your eye colors, your race, your beliefs, your spiritual beliefs. It doesn't matter. But I figured out as I started practicing. I started going out there and helping people. And that's where I go back to help people for free, because when you help people for free, you take the weight out of, oh, I got to do this perfect. I got to be good enough. I got to, help people change. I got to whatever. When I start doing it for free, I take a lot of weight. So it doesn't go well the session. It's okay. I might feel a little bit bummed or something, but it's okay because I didn't get paid for it. But when you start asking for money, most people start feeling that they are, in a way, how would you say this? I'm looking for the right word, but they feel in a way obliged to bring results. Yes, a lot of people start feeling this obligation that they need to bring results to others when they're doing it for money. And they don't realize, and that's what I figured out as I started doing this for free with people around the world, that some people saw amazing results very fast. Some people saw some results, a little bit shorter, a little bit longer time, and some people didn't see any results. Because this is not for everyone what I do. It is for most people, but not for everyone. I have had in these years that I've been offering a money back guarantee out of, I don't remember now the number, but let's put maybe 250 people that I have offered a money back guarantee. I have had, I think it's now up to 4 or 5 people that ask a refund of their money. I have it written down, I don't remember exactly, but I think it was 4 or 5 people. Out of 250 people, that's great. But there were 5 people that didn't like this type of work. They didn't want to go into their pain. They didn't want to go into their negatives. And that's okay. Not everybody's going to be ready for your program, your business, your services, or whatever it is that you're doing. We need to really understand this. Not everyone is going to like what you're doing. Let me know in the chat if you are realizing, as we're talking about this, that the imposter syndrome, type a yes in the chat if this makes sense, that the imposter syndrome in most cases is there for a good reason and that we don't need to fight it. Yes, thank you. There you go. If you're watching live on social media, guys, #live, that will be great. If you're watching a replay on social media, #replay. The idea is to understand again how the mind works. Why is bringing these type of things? Imposter syndrome, many times there's a reason why it's there. So I need to dive deeper to identify if it's true. If I fight it, there's more chances it's going to keep me stuck. If I don't fight it, if I understand it, say in my case, right, I felt like I wasn't sure if these tools were going to work with people all around the world. It was going to be, people that were going to be able to get it. People were going to be able to change. I wasn't going to do it in English. I wasn't used to speaking in English with this type of vocabulary. So there were several things that I wasn't sure they were going to work, right? So what did I do? I started helping people for free. As I started helping people for free, I had less pressure on myself. As I started seeing these tools work with a guy from Sri Lanka, a guy from, India, a guy from, France, a guy from United States, from Canada, from Africa, suddenly I started seeing that, whoa, this works. It doesn't matter. Eye colors, race, beliefs, nothing change, right, with these tools. Yes, I had to apply different tools and different people, of course, but that's where we built a big toolbox so that if I go fix something, I have the right tools for the specific job I got to do. And this I do it in representation as, a guy that fixes, houses or wants to, I don't know, put a picture frame on the wall. Maybe somebody wants to put a picture frame on a wall and the wall is made of concrete. So I need to bring something different than just a nail and a hammer. I might need a drill to be able to make a drill in the hole. And maybe I'm going to need different type of, the thing on the front of the drill, different type of those just in case. So I adjust according to what's needed. But all of this I was able to figure out all of these things by getting out there and trying and giving a test drive and do these free sessions with people to give it a try, see how it worked, see results. And then I was able to overcome the imposter syndrome, overcome in the way that I didn't feel an imposter anymore. And I kept on doing what I'm doing. And if in the future, I don't know, I learn a new technique that is major technique or whatever, I'm pretty sure that I'm going to go back to the imposter syndrome. And it's okay. The problem is when the imposter syndrome gets you stuck, that's when you got to go deeper to really understand what's going on. Because I've seen people with knowledge, with experience, that they were feeling an imposter. Seriously. And it's okay. Again, I had knowledge, I had experience, but I didn't have experience with people around the world. So I figured a plan how to move forward, my unique plan, right? And I have applied this to a lot of people still, right? To work for free. If there are other things that need to be dealt with, okay, maybe you need to work more on mindset to try to figure out what is going on deeper. So if you're starting, if you're changing things in your business, if you're changing niche, if you're changing tools, if you're changing language, if you're changing anything, it's normal to have the imposter syndrome. So embrace that, love and accept that part of you that feels the imposter, understand why it's feeling like that, and go deeper with that to understand. That's when we're able to start making changes. I'm not going to go deeper into how to start making changes. I've talked about that in other videos if you want to check it out. But right now, I want to talk about this to be able to embrace the imposter. There's nothing wrong that it's there. The problem is when it gets you stuck. And you know what? Again, as I said, I'm going to repeat it one more time. A lot of people out there are struggling with imposter syndrome, even people that, as I said, this actress, and I think it was Natalie Portman, maybe it was somebody else, but a big name out there that felt that. And the other day there was somebody that posted in one of my posts on Facebook that there was, I don't remember who, a singer that would feel an imposter each time they would go out on stage to perform. And there was also a big name. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter where you are. The imposter syndrome could kin, and there's a reason why it's there. So try to understand why, right? How do I feel? Why do I feel this? How does this make me feel about myself, this specific thing that I'm doing? Understand what's going on, embrace that, and then be able to learn and reprogram through the right tools to get rid of that imposter syndrome from getting you stuck. It's okay. It happens. You know, when I was invited to, the first time I went to the United States to offer a lecture around mindset, stress management, and things like that, I was feeling an imposter, like, who am I to be standing here in front of these people talking about this? So as I was starting to be invited in different conferences, I started feeling a little bit of an imposter. I still did it, don't get me wrong, but I felt a little bit of an imposter. And maybe in the future, some time ago, somebody from the US Navy reached out to me saying that he was interested in finding out a bit more about me, my background, and everything, to see if we could to offer a lecture around mindset, emotional dealing, and things like that, because of these people that spent maybe months on a ship, right, out in the sea. And they were seeing a lot of people that were struggling. So they wanted me maybe to offer a lecture on this. It didn't, it wasn't confirmed. It just stayed there. But, at the beginning, I was like, whoa, why me, right? It's like a part of me started saying like, whoa, I don't know if I can do this. What if I screw up? What if people don't like it? But I still move forward to try to confirm it. It didn't happen yet. We don't know what's going to happen, of course. I'm still in touch with that person. We're talking everything. It might not happen. It's okay if it doesn't happen. But I felt a little bit of an imposter, like, wow, look at this, right? Imagine me being invited to, to give a lecture to the US Navy. I don't remember how many people, but it was going to be a big number of people. So it was like, wow, right? So it's important to embrace this part of you, understand why it's there, and then start creating a plan. If you keep trying to hack the mind, with different things, try to, fake it till you make it, pretend that you're somebody that you're not, all of that is fake, guys. Own it. And as you own it, the imposter syndrome is going to start fading away, and you're going to be able to do whatever you need to do. So I hope that makes sense. I hope this helped. This is a big thing that I'm seeing over and over again with people trying to start any type of business. And again, I was talking to another guy that he used to be in his business, with his business in a specific area, in a specific niche. There we go, in a niche he had been selling for, I don't know, it was 12 years, right? And he moved now to another niche and another, no, sorry, same niche, different services, different product. And he was feeling stuck, an imposter, and he was trying to fight it, and he wasn't able to get out there and serve this new niche and start making sales, because he was trying to convince himself that he had done this for 12 years, he should be good enough, and he shouldn't be doubting himself. So this inner fight got him to be stuck and not do what he needed to do. So instead of reaching out to 50 people a day, he was reaching to, I don't know, 5, 10 people a day. 5, 10 people a day, he wasn't making enough sales, so he's struggling with money. So we were talking about how to start changing that. So again, we need to embrace it, understand it, right? Understand the context where it is. From there, we should be able to set a plan to start making changes. Stop fighting the imposter syndrome, embrace it, understand it, and from there you can start making changes. So again, thank you very much for watching. I hope this really helped. I'm going to stay here on Zoom with the rest of the community and with some laser coaching, some Q&A. So thank you very much. I hope you're enjoying this. Let me know on social media if you're watching this and you're liking this. Thank you, guys. Take care. Have a great week. Bye.